But that's just a side of how millennial minds, at the heart, are trying to integrate into modern society. We see where this is possibly going. What has just taken place in our country is a circumstance into which now all the variables of neocon concepts and constructs have ingratiated the last 20 years of a global authoritarian concept as to how to mitigate and manage something that into which it has become everything it never wanted to be, at great disarray to its true self. Can and will be managed through its next generation, in my opinion. Now, what is a millennial? What is a baby boomer? What is everything? These are people who have taken on concepts and constraints under which was supposed to ingratiate the next step of our children. But right now, we're dealing with a lot of circumstances unto which a forceful, not diplomatic measure has ingratiated the principal frontier of our global interests, backed up by the opposite, by doing the opposite. Concerned with its children's innocence and being decepted ultimately by it. Ultimately recognizing two worlds have come in collision, or far more. But when you find the commonality between how and why, science and technology will take those worlds to a new place under less competition and more interest in sport. We have the erosion of the neocon evolution, which is ultimately disencorrelated at a peak of circumstance under which discipline has become erroneous. Negative reinforcement has become erroneous. It's become a complex which has to justify its philosophical hypocrisy. For example, I hate getting into exacts because I'm not knowledgeable. I'm really not. But I actually do have a fair amount of knowledge and a unique perspective and an overlapping umbrella to the variables into which the circumstances displace us all against each other. But before the World Wars, America was an emerging presence of innocence and diplomacy. no matter what your economic structure, diplomacy is critical. No matter how irrational or liberal your overbodied policies become, diplomacy is key. Everyone's growing at a different rate right now. Everyone's grasping things they could have never comprehended from a world they did not come from. In a world which is trying to come to modern terms with what the conflict of evil truly might be. Which is ultimately not evil, it's sort of a temptable depression state. A temptable lack of confidence. But ultimately a inquisition unto which is ultimately most interested in evolution. Howdy.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Are you staying here?
No. I just took a break on my bike. I'm just sitting down on the bench. I'm leaving in quite a few moments, actually.
Because, before, I have people stay here, and they use the bathroom here, too.
Huh?
Before, I have people who stay here, they slept overnight, and they use the bathroom here, too.
Oh, no, I'm leaving very soon.
Oh, okay. Because, I have to clean up, came in and clean a mess.
Yeah. No, I won't leave a mess, trust me.
Okay.
But ultimately is derivative of, damn, he took me off my thought. They always do this. He's getting too far. He's making too much sense. We've created a non-situation for him. Let's not let him prove it. That's what made me the situation. It's nothing to do with my party life. It has to do with my inquisition to softly penetrate every neocon theory on the planet.